Hello, everyone, and welcome to Witch Bitch, where we talk the real tea. And today we just have us on the show. We thought that it would be a beautiful idea to come on for our first episode of 2023 and just talk about the year that's passed and our dreams for the year. So I think today is going to be a very beautiful, chill episode. Our episodes are quite chill, but this one especially. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mum, how do you feel about the past year, 2022?
In or
Yeah, in
everything.
regards to which bitch or everything, wherever you want to take that question, it's up to you.
Okay. So with that, it's you and I. It just started with like a conversation because of my fear of public speaking and being that sort of thing. But inspired, and I knew something that and I needed to, because you don't really ever get over a feeling that, but just kind of like, okay, feeling there. Thank you for being there, but I've got this, and I'm going to go and do it anyway. And that I did because I've loved this space with you, and and that is important to people, more to us. So yeah, and doing this journey with you, walking this path with you, because you've left me. It's something that, I can sit to have these conversations and see your beautiful, spend some quality time with you. And I think each week we've connected, we've learned more about us, more about us and their journeys in life, in my life, which I'm so. I mean, that was one of the reasons we. And it hasn't disappointed me at all. I regret doing it with you, or doing it. I regret it at all. I'm really, really excited. Our journey so far, and future holds. It's really, to me, it's really 2023. We're going to grow, and we've got some exciting things happening behind the scenes. So yeah, with Big Fish, I'm in a good place. How about, what about your take on things?
Yeah, I think it's only this year has been us just at the egg. Like, we're still an embryo. We're still very much
Yeah.
got so much further to go. And already so much has happened. Like, I've already received so much. Choosing to do Witch Bitch has brought up of amazing stuff within me, and it's something that darker times, I think, when a lot of shadow came up, a lot of deep, triggering, and Witch Bitch has kind of been like a safe haven. Those times, and yeah, I know that there's like so much that we can't even imagine that we will create from it's going to go really, really far. I can truly like yeah. Witch Bitch for me has brought up my passion again, which was something for I thought I'd lost, and I wouldn't ever get back again. And it took me to come back because it's come back in such a subtle. It's not something like in the past. My passion has been very obvious and very much in your face or in my face.
Yeah.
But this time it's not so. It's very different. It's a lot more subtle. It's a lot more gentle, beautiful, and it's the kind of passion that I want to experience. Before, when I felt passion very harsh and it took over my life and it was very intense time as well, but I don't want that again. And yeah, this time it's come back in such a subtle. Yeah, when I used to sell lemonade, that was my passion when I was younger, and
yeah,
we started a business over it and created. We actually went somewhere with it, but at the same time, it took over my life in a way that I didn't enjoy, and it was very overpowering, overbearing. But this time, there's a lot more freedom and freedom to. And, it's all up to create it. I feel like, Mum, you've kind of let me be a bit more of a leader, bitch, and yeah, because I have to show up every week and I have to do it every single. Sometimes I don't feel good, and it's teaching me, and I think it's really helping me, shaping me in that I want to be the best version of myself. I don't really want to be an adult, but I'll say the best version of me that I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've received.
Isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think you always have your inner child.
Yeah.
And that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, a more evolved version of yourself when you grow. It's like a container.
Yeah, exactly.
Holds so much. As you age, you can hold more and more and more. But the stuff that's from childhood is still in there. Art is still there, even. Yeah.
And I feel like, Witch Bitch is kind of my version of the charity that we did. Of version. And I like that, I think Mum.
Yeah, it is.
Bit with how. Oh, sorry. That I think, Mum, you struggled a bit with like how much slower Witch Bitch has been, maybe compared to that we did years ago, or I don't know. It's just been a bit more slow moving compared to the past that we've gone out and done. But I think it's in it being a lot. For me personally, I find I prefer it because it gives me time to learn as more people come. I think sometimes when things grow too fast, or you don't see them growing, and you're still before, but now your passion, it has grown into something that can be a bit too big look after, or
Mm. I think
and
for
also nurture
me,
yourself.
it's not so much the because I don't enjoy fast pace. I don't enjoy that. There is a place for fast paced stuff. There is a place for that, definitely. And if it's take over your life, then it's great. The bitch we've been seeing is like trust issues. Like I always have had an idea every day, and it's dealing with that trust that things are they're going to continue to tick along and things are going to fall into. It's like the timing of things requires trust. As a person who likes to be involved in things and likes, well, yeah, I suppose control, go the way you expect them to or the way you want them to, it's difficult reconcile with that and okay, it's fine. And that's been a really learning thing for me. It's learned from it. And yeah, it's been good because it's an internal my daughter and you know me. But it's been internal and yeah, it's been a bit of like a roller coaster. Like there are days where it's really, really up and good, and then that's like everything. Like that's life, and it's a reflection. Like which has really been, which is beautiful. It's that we're able to come into the public realm, so vulnerable in that space, and continue to trust each other and move forward in that. You know, that's something that yeah. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mum. What do you mean, like today, or? Sorry, part the audio just broke up. I didn't hear what you said.
How do you feel? Have a comment on it?
No. So, like, I mean, you said, so I feel like that's my comment. Like, I resonate deeply, and you said everything that I felt. Not much more to add to that.
So let's talk what we feel about what's coming up. Or, I don't know, not plans, but how, like, feeling about 2023 for us. What's happening?
There's crows, and they. I'm scared.
What do I feel about 2023?
I think this is something that I feel some deep things with this, and I've discovered in literally the past
About myself, so much about myself.
in the past. And, one of these things was my passion
And
learning about ancient myths,
our past and our true history,
not
taught to us.
in the mainstream, but
I mean, to be fair,
the truth is kind of unknown. I have this passion for finding
in history and
the
unbelievable every single day,
and have happened every single day for thousands upon
kind of ignore,
because I think things like that's a miracle in
his eyes, and it is a miracle
because
it is a miracle.
but
I don't think it's
something that only happens once.
that
It
is a rare thing. I think back then
it
normal,
and
pyramids,
I think was maybe to them like
cool. Like maybe it was just this is what we do. This is how we live,
and
aspects
today that are
in truth
they
are
are
a miracle at a higher perspective.
but because we just live with it every day, yeah, that's just
Just life, that's just this passion about sharing this magic.
magic.
We have no idea
How they occurred and sharing
potential truth
of our history, and so what I see
this coming year is
me
actually traveling to
those
people
people from the sites and from
physically showing them
the story.
and
I know I really
maybe showing Stonehenge or something like that. I don't
don't know
feel this real passion within
within me. Yeah,
ancient cultures and
I see myself
really
shaping
and
and
morphing
morphing
this,
this passion of mine.
merging it with Witch Bitch. Well, it's already merged with Witch Bitch. Merging it even
Even more.
Yeah, because it's part of who you are.
yeah.
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 I
awesome.
also see us.
So you see travel on the horizon.
Yeah,
I do see travel
sport, and I thought it was really. I thought it
I have gotten my passport
and
get your passport.
you either pay the regular price and have to wait 6 or you pay an extra $250 to get it
Weeks.
and of course I was like, well, I'm not spending that money, I'm like, why would I? But the part with me just paying the base
Right.
and
I just thought that was really
Mm.
sign or a message
message from the universe that like that maybe
easier than
what I believe at the moment, like
Mm.
and I'm meant to begin traveling. I think it was a really good sign of
yeah, so that's what I feel the
is ahead,
and
then also
I
into more and more people.
people maybe some big and
Mm.
What's important, but that would be cool.
I definitely
Yeah,
as a huge year of growth because 2022 was
said before, like the embryo year.
like us just
Mm.
What
which bitch is to us and just going with the flow,
doing this for fun and doing this because we love it and not doing
doing
it
it for any other reason than that. this year that that
and now we can build more on top of that.
and hopefully
Like
make a little bit of money or
something back from what we do receive.
something back. But
I received.
receive, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, on the financial side. So,
Mm.
which bitch
talking to more people, learning more things, maybe talking to some bigger names,
a financial stream
from
from
it, and also
people, ancient mysteries from the physical
play,
talking
about
about
the magic behind it and the story.
because Witch Bitch is all about story. I remember Mum when
We were
Mm.
Witch Bitch to be
it was all about story, and there's
stories from a personal place, and then
and we also tell the stories of physical places too, and I think they're
Yeah.
both as
each other. What about you? What do you see
for
for
us in
Oh, 100%. Yeah, my vision is very similar to. I see the importance of the physical realm, emotional realm, and the meat. And I really feel deeply and how important personal story is. Not each other's stories, and understanding that we are not people speak. I resonate with so they are, and I feel it in myself. Connection, understanding that we are separate. Not really. We in the physical world we're all separate. But and really, which highlighted that fact to me every time. Because that's on this earth to learn and grow and visions of ourselves and to experience the physical, the world of polarity that we live in. And if telling each other those how do we, because we can learn from each other too. A wise, I've been told, a wise man learns, and that's what I feel like we're doing here on Witch Bitch. And I really, really love the connection. I love hearing about people's and I really too that part of it is really enriching to me. A part of me wants to hear that and feel that. And I feel like 2023 more. It's going to be more. If when you were talking about traveling, I was thinking to myself, you know what? You're in this beautiful place. Is there any ancient myths that you could share or about the beautiful, like the some of like the waterfalls and things like that? Like I feel like they hold story there. They hold. Maybe you could take us somewhere like that. I don't know. that we can think about, because you're there at the moment, and so why don't we take advantage of you? But maybe we could do something here in Sydney that people don't know. And yeah, branching into more high-profile people. And getting brave. It's difficult when you reach out to somebody because you run the risk of rejection. Oh no, I'm not. Bag or whatever. That's always block, because it doesn't block me. It's that I have to get used to going over. So yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Definitely on
The same page, because I was thinking about that as well.
seeing if I could come up,
Find any that have and
tell their story.
yeah,
So definitely something to
look into. I'm sure there's some places.
I mean, because it's our home and we live here, we overlook. Australia's one of the oldest. We have one of the oldest cultures in the world. In this.
Yeah.
And something interesting.
Interesting
Too, because we are the oldest.
So little is known about it because
our native culture, the Aboriginals, they
story times and
their
their
Dreamtime story.
with their Dreamtime
stories that
they share it with the public. It's a good thing.
So, you know, even though I've lived here, I'm probably
In Sydney, there's so many stories. There's so much.
but like no one knows about it because it's all kept within the, you know,
within the Aboriginals culture,
and
I think that's
a beautiful thing. But it's just
that we have the oldest culture,
but we know so little about their story. And there's so many places here that we would
be like something that we walk past every day,
like a rock, you know, a tree, or a forest or something.
Idea about the history behind it. So
yeah, it's very very
unique country.
For one, and one that I'm grateful for, that I'm really grateful that I chose to live in this country. You know, I used to be a flight attendant. And I was always grateful to come back because I really love this place. We have, unless you travel, you don't. And this place here in Australia. Yeah. Exploring that would be exploring. Yeah, well, because so I got to explore Australia after I went overseas and started exploring overseas. So desire for some of the things that we have, and then expand it. how do you understand yourself fully and where you were born and raised? You know, that's really how I think, like, understand the group, like our culture, our choose to live here, you know, that are uniquely Australian, you know, you grew up with, all of that stuff shapes who you are. So to understand yourself is to explore where you grew up. And then you can branch out and to Egypt and go to Stonehenge. Foundation of, you know, this is how I grew up, you know. That's how I did it anyway. That's some of it was choice. So I had opportunities, and I'm really, really grateful for that, because it helped me to appreciate coming home. Because from back, I always felt like, oh, I'm coming home. This is my home, and I chose it. I came back into the country. I chose this in the seat of my soul, that this was my home. Move overseas, and I chose not to. I chose to stay. But that's going to be your choice. That's not what I'm saying. My choice in the way that I planned it for me in my life, and yeah. It cemented in me that each time I came home, it cemented in me it's the right choice for me. Yeah. I usually would say, what time? Do you remember? Sydney's the most beautiful. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
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 Don't agree though.
Yeah, I agree it's the most beautiful city in the world, maybe.
I'm glad to be out of that place.
It's very, very pretty. What'd you say?
Yeah. I'm glad
to be out of that
city, to be fair. I'm glad.
As far as,
Yeah,
I much prefer
the vibes up here and the chill.
Mm.
the chilled out. And you can ask anyone for help.
Help here. I mean, you can
What
ask
is it
anyone
about
for help in Sydney.
I think it's more so like
I literally, everything is within walking.
not, I can get a bike.
And bike too. And I think it's also just a
Community here.
there's
A beautiful community, because
I wouldn't have moved to Byron if it wasn't for the place that I live
this place
first, and then it was like I'm gonna move.
I'm not gonna move here, but just for Byron. And then
I realized just how like incredible this lifestyle is. Definitely,
okay, but
a few months or however long I end up staying. It's
get to go to the beach
before work. Like my day is,
and let's go surfing or swimming or time
in nature, and then let's go to
replenished. I feel nurtured. Like I don't even have to shower. between those two.
It's like I just feel so good right now. Let's go to work. You know, I'm ready. And
Saying
it's definitely not the perfect place.
struggles and its flaws,
But
I'm willing to deal with those things for
the lifestyle here of like
spend time with these incredible people.
people, my or you know going and just going to the beach by myself.
And it's also a beautiful beach too. It's not like
Crap beach. It's an amazing beach, and I have
Yeah.
my neighbors next door, and I get
on every night. There's like a talent show, and then
there's
there's
a trivia night, parties all the time. If I want to go, there's always some
we went to learn from and to
experience.
Mm.
It's very different from
me. I think life in Sydney.
Different.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
10 stores to choose from.
Like in
Go to
wherever you want, you can buy
one of the hardest struggles is like when I want something
specific.
yeah. Remember what it was? It was about.
Sorry.
Didn't mean to.
No, it's not. No, you didn't. Flow. Anyway, it might come to me. I'll say it. So, I think if I had the opportunity of people and go to the beach every day and full of sand and then go to work and not have to go home and shower and opportunity, I would have said yes to that too. Totally get it. If I was in a position to live in a tent, I would probably come and picture even now. Yeah, so for you that you're living, you get to experience life in the way that you are. And if you had asked, I don't know, that, oh, with the bugs. No way is she living with bugs. Yeah, so,
Yeah, that's been it's
yeah, but character building, because to go from living in a, that's a huge adjustment.
that was like one of the easiest things to transition into.
surprisingly.
The hardest thing was being from family support, and also the financial side of things. Like I've never been like I'm purely on my own money,
And
job, and I think
there was a belief in me that I couldn't do it. I didn't give a shit.
so it was like I'm still doing this, like
A belief in me that
was
convinced that I would.
literally.
There was
Part of me that like genuinely feared
be homeless, and then my mum
is gonna have to pay
visited me.
That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go homeless.
Like, I'm gonna have to
be crying on the phone to my mum and to like pay for my flights.
and then I'm gonna have to start again.
That's what
It's like,
started settling in. That was like a huge thing. Is like,
how am I gonna feed myself?
like I and of it before. Like I literally was in this
Thinking I was gonna die every day,
and it I thought my life is ending every single day because I didn't know like
it's self-sustained, and really intense.
it's really hard and
Struggled.
I struggled a lot.
I still struggle sometimes, not as much, but
I struggled every day to learning how to manage money and to
be forgiving,
and all not panic all the time. Like there's this provides
and
that's something that I've learned. If there's a day that and I can't really like I
don't really want to use my money
money on
um
like literally in
her food, like in a meal, and then offer me,
a plate
and it doesn't happen very often.
because I've gotten a lot better, so I know how to finance
My groceries now,
and
have money for food.
budget now.
but before
When I started, it was like, oh, if I spend money on food,
there's like all my money gone, and so I would just and then like my friend would give
dude, I wouldn't even have to ask. I wouldn't even have to fucking ask.
like she would
Um,
yeah, like she would just give it
and
and
then when I
have the money for abundance in food. I always have abundance, but
when I'm saying like I have
food in my
to cook,
Extra.
I always make extra for others as well, and
it's a giving
I'm
and
receiving
Yeah.
and
the times that I've cooked
meals for other people. I've cooked meals
for people before.
I've cooked, but I love it and I enjoy it.
Cooking these meals that I'm helping other people.
When
I'm giving these meals to
other people, it does mean I will receive it back in. It's not giving
to receive,
it's
giving,
but knowing
Yeah.
that energy will flow back at some
and it has every single time.
Yeah.
I literally went into a cafe and my friend on the counter and at this was like I knew it would not be a smart decision to be buying any foods,
But I was a bit hungry and I did want a bit of something, but it was like,
no, because I can just wait till I get back home. Something. Anyway, and she just gave me a free.
and then I had what I would have bought anyway.
I
Gave
gave
me,
me all the time. It's like one of my most regular things that I
just gave
gave it to me, and so it's like I think that's part of the reason why I love is
because everyone is so giving. And it's like such a
valuable lesson because, and I'm sure people, back to
when they were first
and becoming financially independent as well, like and sometimes all you want to do is
I don't have the capacity to share.
I don't have enough to share with people. I don't have enough.
That happens to me a lot. Like I find
This thought, this belief, I don't have enough. Comes up so often. It's like
I'm completely fine in this moment.
like I don't
5 days from
now, because I know that there will
something to provide, and I know that I'm smart enough
money on clothes or on
going out. I never spend my money on clothes. I spend my money on going out to eat. Money on.
but I know that I'm smart enough to, it was
It's so funny, actually. A little bit of a
seg- yesterday, right? I went out with my friend to one of the other towns close,
and I went with a friend there, and we went to
my favorite shop. Do you know the one, Mum? We've been
whatever shop. Yeah, we went in there, and
Yeah.
that I absolutely
absolutely loved. I really loved,
$20, and I was like,
don't really want to spend that much money on a skirt, but I know I will regret it down the road.
I can always come back and get it. That was my thought. I can always come back.
Back and get. Anyways, like literally, if
No, cafe in a restaurant. I will spend
$20 on food without a second thought,
Yeah.
it's like two complete.
And when I buy food, it doesn't feel like
I'm giving,
I'm.
getting food.
It's a bit,
It doesn't matter about the money.
I'm getting food.
So like, who cares? That's the one thing I'll spend absurd amount, and it's a bit of a problem. I just thought that it was funny observing that, like how I was like, no, I won't
I won't spend $20 on a skirt,
but I will spend $30 on a meal because
Yeah.
that makes sense. But I need the food.
Yeah.
Well, you can get food anywhere that doesn't.
I know
If
that's
you
the
like
absurdity of it. That's the
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the absurd. Yeah, that's
It's like, yeah.
You have the experience of sitting in the cafe with a friend or whatever, sharing the meal and served, and just that whole experience of that food.
And I never regret the exchange. Like even if the money that I know I probably shouldn't have, I will never walk out of there being, I regret buying that.
I regret spending that money.
I do,
But
when it comes to things like a skirt,
whatever, this or that.
a lot of the time, well, but just sometimes I'm more likely to walk away from. I regret spending my money there. Like I wish I didn't spend that money on that. So, but I never do that with going out.
Mm.
Like
I always am like, oh, that was so
good.
somewhere else.
Want to spend another $20 somewhere? Yeah.
Let's do it again. Come on, round two.
Yeah, well, you're definitely in the right place for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, money's a really funny thing.
I'm also another thing that
Or funny, strange.
funny strange.
Mm.
I'm looking at finding like a next few months, and yeah, like I'm looking for the second job.
I'm not willing to.
To exchange my time in a
For money.
like
Because the money that I make
right now
enough for me to live,
in abundance, but it's not enough for me to put
so I can live in abundance in the future.
it's in the future,
Yeah.
but this particular
That is what I'm trying to say. I'm being careful with my words because
because language matters.
at the moment,
I much
towards my future, and
with this, I'll be able to put, I will be able to do that for my,
and yeah, it's been challenging
because I'm going around and out to places that I feel called to work, or I
and that I actually am excited
to work in. Job now I'm bartending, and I was actually really,
because it was a new experience, and I really wanted to be a bartender,
and then I became a,
I like this job.
but with this second job,
Like
I'm not just applying
anywhere.
and
Um,
it's funny that
because money is such a funny thing.
like
I
I
observe
other people, and I do it myself. I'm not saying
like
really lowering their vibration,
their life force energy and
putting up crappy people just for this number. Really,
that's what it is.
yeah,
It's
it's really odd, and it's and it means so much. Like
Have you?
I think
Fine.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, what you're describing just there, what you're talking about there, there's a movie, Lake, and it's all
Mhm.
really, really interesting film.
Yeah, right.
It's just weird, man.
I mean, I think
You know, living at home with
with you guys, where all my money went, like 90% of
what I made,
went into my savings.
I
Understood
why there was such like a big deal around it.
like I knew, oh great,
Things,
and that's really fun, but I never like grasped.
obviously, I knew it's a struggle for people. Okay, like I never was
That oblivious, but it was just my people are so obsessed with money, and I still struggle.
I've gained a lot more understanding.
I've gained a lot more understanding,
You know, being in
in the position that I'm in now. It can be really scary when everyone tells you, everything tells you in this world,
live. You need money to live. You need money to live, and it's like, oh, okay,
I need,
let's go.
let's go give my life away so I can.
That's what it's like.
Money to live, and so you give your
Yeah.
life,
For money,
and then
you have the money, but then you don't live.
live anymore. Crap, isn't it?
Exactly.
And I'm trying,
Yeah.
yeah,
Avoiding.
yeah,
That's what I'm avoiding. And if it
means
right now,
then
then
that's what it means. But at least I can go and do my own thing, you know, for the time being. And
like I'm totally comfortable
where
where I am every week.
I'm making enough,
Moment for every now moment
and that's enough
to give
my
my
life away for more money. And
I think my future self would understand that.
I don't think in 6 months' time, like I know I'm saying like down the road, I think looking back at my life,
Like,
yeah, that's fair. Like I'll never get angry at myself for choosing to
Mm. Instead of like,
Or choosing to spend $30 on a cafe. Your friends.
yeah. Although to be
well,
maybe
when
when
I first came here, but I do that around
once
Yeah.
a week now, which is a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something in the hard way as well, because like you, experience of eating out.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I enjoy that more. It's actually cooking a meal. So, yeah, that was a trap for me. Living my life as a flight attendant, when you're away and you're living, you can't cook, so you have to go and find. Well,
And
I
also
used-
you wanna
my-
go
I
out
used Yeah.
Delayed.
I thought you took a break
Right.
in what you were saying.
I was just going to say, and also you want to
What you want.
experience the country.
You also want to experience the country.
Yeah.
I used to play a little myself. And really, really lovely traditional country that I would go to for the cheapest price. So eating in like fancy restaurants and hotels, I want to go and eat with the locals and eat tradition and educate myself about the food. And yeah, so I would people that, other flight attendants that I was working, they were a lot more experienced than me, with, just by chance meet some of the locals and ask, and that became like a little, it was like a little game that I played with myself, and I found some amazing places to eat, and I still go and eat, beautiful meals in the hotel. Yeah, exploring the fine food was one of my favourite things to do. What you're saying, thinking spending your money on food, like, because I used to do it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're at an hour, Juliet.
Stations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you?
I feel complete.
Yeah, I do. Yes,
Right.
I do. And this time that you and I just have a sit down with each other, like, we'll do it definitely.
Yeah, for sure. I want to do it more.
Yeah. All right, bub. Mwah, love you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. See you shortly.
For
Ancient mysteries.
yeah.
Okay.
This year. Woo! Woo! See ya.
All right.
Bye.